question 6. The provider has been prescribed dextromethorphan, Delsym, 30 milligrams PO every 6 hours. Dextromethorphan is available as a syrup with a concentration of 7.5 milligrams per 5 milliliters. For discharge, how many teaspoons should the nurse advise the patient to take? All right, so a little bit of complication in this one. We're doing a couple different layers of conversion, but we know that in our answer, we need to have teaspoons. So we can go ahead and start our equation with teaspoons. And then we can go ahead and start our equation. And while there's nothing in the question saying what a teaspoon is equal to, we don't need that. It's a basic conversion that you know how to do. We know that for every 1 teaspoon, there are 5 milliliters. If you don't know that, memorize it. It's very important that you know what your conversion rates are for each type of common unit. 1 teaspoon, 5 mils, 1 tablespoon, 15 mils. All right, next step, our next fraction. We want to cancel out those milliliters. So what do? And as you know, we want to have milliliters at the top. In our question, we have a conversion for every 5 mils. There's 7.5 milligrams. So to cancel that out, we're going to have our 5 mils and then 7.5 milligrams at the bottom, which cancels out these milliliters when we go ahead and do our calculation. And now in order to cancel out those milligrams, what do we have in our question? We have the order for 30 milligrams. So we can go ahead, add our 30 milligrams, and go about doing our math. Now, does the every 6 hours matter? No, it does not. Not for this question. This is a complicated question you need to read very carefully. The answer is not asking what you're administering over 24 hours or whatever else. It's just asking how many teaspoons should the nurse advise the patient to take. So, do we need to include those 6 hours for this question? No, we don't. In other questions, maybe you do, but not for this one. So, we can go ahead and do our math. We have 1 tablespoon times 5 times 30, which is, I think, what? 30 times 150 divided by whatever that ends up being. I don't even know. Let me throw it into a calculator. I'm not going to do any mental math today. And the answer I get is 4 teaspoons. Now, does this make sense? No reason why it shouldn't. 4 teaspoons is a normal dose that works out to how many milliliters? For teaspoon, we know that's 5 mils each. That ends up being 20 milliliters. So this does make sense. And we can move on.